Hey everybody, it's Brian, the home loan and real estate guy. And as promised, I want to do a quick video about home equity lines of credit versus credit cards. Actually, home equity lines of credit versus credit cards, auto loans, and personal loans. So let's just get into it. So right now, depending on your credit score, your credit profile, most credit card rates are anywhere between 20 and 30%. That's right, between 20 and 30%. Can you imagine paying 20 to 30% interest on your debt? Well, guess what? A lot of people are. And this is why a lot of people are in a financial pinch. So what can you do? If you have a bunch of credit card debt, to consolidate that debt and, ultimately pay it off, right? We're not just talking about consolidating, but how do you eliminate that debt? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to get out of paying that high interest rate, okay? And there's a couple ways that you can do this if you're a homeowner. I almost just fell. I was stepping up on here because I have horrible cell reception where I live. So I wanted to get up kind of high. So anyways, there's a couple ways if you're a homeowner that you can consolidate this credit card debt. And one of the ways, and right now one of the most popular ways to do this, is by using what's called a home equity line of credit. Because let's just face it, most people who have a mortgage, like 80% of the population who has a mortgage right now, refinance that mortgage into a ultra low 2 to 3% interest rate back in 2020, 2021, and 2022. So, even those people who bought in 23 and 24, they have interest rates anywhere probably between, 5 and 6%. And right now, current interest rates are about 6.5. They're getting ready to go a little bit lower. There's a lot of data coming out this week to support that. But whatever, we're going to just focus on equity lines of credit versus like credit cards and personal loans and student loans and all that stuff. So anyways, when you own a house and you have all this debt, you have auto debt, personal loan debt, credit card debt, this interest that you're paying, again, is, on credit cards anywhere between 20 and 30%. Most auto loan debt right now is above 10%. It's very common for people to be paying 12, 13, and 14% on auto loan debt. And personal loans, those are ranging anywhere from 15 to 20% interest. So, if you have a lot of debt, homeowners are looking, how do we consolidate that debt? What tools are out there to where we can, limit the interest and use the savings to ultimately eliminate that debt? Well, the one program that a lot of people are turning to is the home equity line of credit, because the interest rates on our equity line are ranging between 7.5% and 10.5%. This is much lower than credit cards and auto loans and personal loans, right? So you can take all the debt that you have, you can smash it into an equity line of credit, and you can save hundreds of dollars. I'm going to just give you one stat. I ran this the other day for a guy who he called me. He goes, I have $50,000 in credit card debt. He was paying about 24.99% interest on average. I wrote this down on my little sticky note. So that $50,000 worth of debt at 24.99%, he was paying $1,041 per month. We ran an equity line, a scenario for him, and I was able to get him a 7.5% equity line for $50,000. That payment dropped down to $349. That's a savings, a monthly savings of $692. And let me ask you, who cannot use $692 in their pocket right now? Obviously, right, we all want to save money, but what I was telling him as a debt manager was, look, you're paying this $1,041. Why don't you take that $692 savings and just start dumping it on the principal balance, right? You're going to pay off that debt quicker, because we're not just talking about consolidating the debt. We have to focus on paying the debt off, but it all starts with consolidating it to a lower interest rate. right? Because let's just be real. If you're walking around with $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 worth of debt, you're probably not in a position to just go pay it off. You need to consolidate it at a much lower interest rate, then use that savings and apply it back to the principal balance so you ultimately eliminate that debt and then put yourself in a better financial position. So that's what this video is about. Again, I get calls all the day. I get calls every day, all day long from people who have all kinds of debt. Again, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, or outrageous auto loans. Right now, most auto loan I'm seeing range anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. That's what people are carrying auto loan debt, between $40,000 and $80,000. And again, most people are paying anywhere from 12 to 14% on that debt, depending on their credit. So there are solutions out there if you're a homeowner. I would not suggest, if you are a homeowner with an ultra low mortgage rate of 2, 3, or 4%, I would not suggest doing a cash out refi, because mortgage rates right now are 6.5%. And again, I've been, spewing this information that they are coming down and they are trending lower, but they're just not at a level where it would make sense to refi a big mortgage balance and then increase the rate just to pay off 50 grand or 60 or 70 grand worth of credit card debt. Your best interest would be go get a HELOC. Now, there's another program that's out there. It's called a fixed rate second mortgage. It's just like your first mortgage. It's a fixed rate. And we offer that program too. But I'm going to be honest with you. When we compare a fixed rate second mortgage versus an equity line of credit, the equity line of credit is a much better program. And here's why. First off, qualifying, it takes like 2 minutes. And I'm not even joking about that. We put in 5 pieces of information. The AI system runs an online appraisal, calculates up your income, spits out a rate and term. If you agree and you're like, hey, I like this, we send you a link. And I'm walking you through this whole process. It's lightning fast. We send you a link. You go, yep, I want that rate. I want that 7.5% rate. You just connect the application with your pay stub, or you connect it with your banking account so it can verify income. It instantly verifies the income. And then it moves right to verifying who you are. You upload your driver's license. It instantly verifies that, and boom, next day you're getting a call from a notary and signing loan docs online. So the equity line of credit program is a much easier program to get done. From start to finish, customers can have cash in as little as 10 days. Our fixed rate second mortgage requires an out-of-pocket appraisal be done, so that's $600 to the homeowner. And then you have to supply all the documentation, the pay stubs, the bank statements, the tax returns, the mortgage statement, the insurance statements, the tax rolls, all this stuff. And then it takes about 30 days to go through. So I tell everybody, screw the fixed rate second mortgage. Let's go for the equity line. You don't need to supply anything. It's a 2-minute phone call, and you can have cash in hand in as little as 10 days. And then you can consolidate all that high interest rate debt, put a bunch of money in your pocket, take that extra cash, apply it towards the principal balance, and start eliminating and actually paying off that debt. So that's what this video is about. It's about creative ways to use the equity that's in your home to better your financial position, save money, and then use some of that savings to apply it back and eliminate the debt. Because remember, we're not just talking about consolidating. I mean, we want to do that, but the ultimate goal needs to be to pay off and eliminate that debt. Nobody wants to be walking around with $50,000 to $75,000 worth of debt, right? So, yeah, that's what this is all about. So, if you have questions about home equity lines of credit, fixed rate mortgages, cash out refis, whatever the case may be, give me a call. I'll review your situation. I'll show you all your options, right? I'll lay everything out. And then you can make the best decision that works for you. Again, I'll give you guidance along the way, but I did want to share this because a lot of people don't know that this program exists and that it's super easy to get. It's not like a real headache, and you can have quick cash fast. So again, you ever have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As I mentioned in all my videos, Brian the Home Loan Real Estate Guy, one-stop shop for all things real estate. We are licensed in multiple states, and we're here to help. I appreciate everybody always taking the time out to watch my videos, and I really appreciate all the comments afterwards, so thank you very much. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.